Hello, we are watching VNA Broadcast Daily and following today's headlines.
President Chung Tan-sang confers the Friendship Order on a former Russian expert in Vietnam. US activist Merle Evelyn Ratner talks with V News about her love for Vietnam. A valuable collection of old maps provides more evidence to Vietnam's sovereignty over Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa archipelagos.
President Chung Tan-sang has conferred the Friendship Order on Nikolai Kolasnik, chairman of the Inter-Regional Public Organization representing former Soviet Union and Russian experts in Vietnam.
At a ceremony in Moscow on February 16th, Vietnamese ambassador to Russia, Pham Xuân Sơn, praised Kolasnik's help in developing the friendship and cooperation between the two countries. He said the award also expresses the Vietnamese people's gratitude to the great and effective support that the Soviet and Russian experts gave Vietnam in its struggle for independence. Kolasnik thanked the Vietnamese government and people for such a noble award. He said this is not only his personal honor, but also an encouragement for all the Soviet and Russian experts who devoted themselves to Vietnam's revolution. He also committed to contribute more to the development of the traditional friendship and comprehensive strategic partnership between Vietnam and Russia.
Speaking of Merle Evelyn Ratner, her friends often say she loves Vietnam even more than Vietnamese do. Born in New York, Merle joined in demonstration to protest the war in Vietnam when she was only 13. Now a member of the Vietnam Association of Victims of Agent Orange Dioxin, she's working hard to garner support for the victims.
Good morning, Mrs. Merle. We are very happy that you accept your invitation to our program. So how are you feeling when you come to Vietnam? At the occasion that Vietnam celebrates the 40 years Paris Agreement in 1973.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here. And to the Vietnamese viewers, I tried to say in Vietnamese, Chào các bạn. I'm very honored and pleased to be invited to Vietnam for the 40th anniversary of the Paris Peace Agreement because it was a historic occasion leading to the complete liberation of Vietnam and the victory of the National Liberation Front and the People's Forces. And I think the Paris Peace Agreement represents a triumph of the will of the people through both fighting and diplomacy, and it shows how a united people can resist and defeat a foreign invader, in this case the U.S. government.
Yes, so as we know that you have go to the place when you are 13 years old to join to the movement to against the Vietnamese war, protest for the Vietnamese war. And you are very famous for your brave when you moved to the Liberty Statue to wave the Vietnamese flag. And can you tell the audience about this memory?
Well, first of all, when I was 13, I started, actually a little bit before, but in 13, I was arrested for the first time for taking part in the anti-war activities. And that point was at the United Nations. We had a petition called We Charge Genocide, to charge the U.S. government with genocide against the Vietnamese people. And this was a very historic thing because earlier in the 50s, there had been a petition called We Charge Genocide about racism in the United States, because that was during the period of racial segregation. And so we put together the issues of racism and militarism and the war. And so we had civil rights leaders in the black community.
But for me, I think that I admire of your plan, of your action, because you are only 13 years old. And as we know, that you not only to love Vietnam when you just only 13 years old, but you more than love Vietnam when you get the husband from Vietnamese professors Ngô Thanh Nhan.
I say very honestly that I was working in the movement around Vietnam many, many years before I met my husband. I love Vietnamese food, but of course it's really the people, and particularly the heroes, both young and old. I have to say I have been many of the revolutionaries in the struggle against the U.S.
I will show you some
Yes.
picture,
Yes.
and then I will ask you about your memory
Yes.
of this picture. You can see your picture.
Yes,
You remember
yes,
that?
yes. I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Yes, I do. This is the brochure of the Vietnam Agent Orange Relief and Responsibility Campaign, which is a campaign that a number of us, including the veterans, the Vietnamese Americans, and other people started to take responsibility as people in the U.S. for the crimes that our government committed against the Vietnamese people. And in particular in this case, the spraying of Agent Orange over a lot of the land and people of Vietnam. And as your audience, I'm sure, knows, that millions of people have been affected, either killed or disabled. They're now first, second, third, and fourth generation.
So after Lunar New Year's is coming, so what is your message to the Vietnamese audience, including all the Vietnamese people?
Yes. Well, first of all, I would like to say Chúc mừng năm mới,
Yeah.
and the best wishes for the year of the snake, good economy, a success in the fight that the party is waging against corruption, and new ideas for young people, new ideas for the society about how to look at socialism, how to improve it, how to make it vibrant, and how to make it viable, how to make it advancing.
So we are happy that you accept your invitation to this for the talking about the New Year's, and we wish you very healthy and happy in July, and you continue to do all of your job to helping Vietnamese victims of dioxin. And once again, we thank you for your to enjoy with us.
The island district of Hoàng Sa has only 2 official citizens, including Chairman of People's Committee Đặng Công Ngữ and Chief of the District People's Committee Office Lê Phú Nguyệt. This makes the district very special.
According to available historical documents, Vietnamese fishermen have frequented fishing grounds in Hoàng Sa archipelago a long time ago. The Hoàng Sa district is part of the central city of Da Nang. More and more evidence has emerged to prove Vietnam's sovereignty over the archipelago. Most recently, the Da Nang Institute for Socio-Economic Development has received a valuable collection of 150 old maps and 3 atlases testifying to Vietnam's time-honored sovereignty over Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa archipelagos. The map collection was a gift from Trần Thắng, chairman of the Institute for Vietnamese Culture and Education in the U.S. Thắng began collecting these maps in July 2012 after he read an article about Dr. Mai Hong from the Institute for the Study of Chinese and Demotic Scripts and Cultures. Dr. Hong had made public a map published by China's Qing dynasty in 1904, which depicted the southernmost point of China as Hainan Island. We will make careful study of the maps. Prestigious cartographic specialists and historians will be invited to appraise them. We also plan to display the most typical maps. On January 28th, an exhibition of newly filed documents relating to Vietnam's sovereignty over Hoàng Sa archipelago was opened in Da Nang City. The exhibits included 30 among 150 maps and 3 atlases presented by Trần Thắng. Hundreds of thousands of people visited the exhibition, which reflected the great public interest in Hoàng Sa.
On the 8th day of the first lunar month, people flocked to a unique market in Vũ Bản district in the northern province of Nam Định to wish for a prosperous and lucky new year.
According to popular belief, anything bought at the market, which opens every year at midnight on the 7th and only remains open through the 8th, will bring good luck to the customer for the whole year. The once-a-year spring market displays handicrafts, antiques and modern reproductions, utensils, agricultural tools and many varieties of ornamental plants. The cheapest items at Viang are the flowers and trees, which bring both the buyer and seller happiness and good luck. deals are agreed quickly as people believe it keeps the luck. The most popular thing to buy is the roasted veal. It is considered the essential gift from the Ang market, no matter how high the price. Visitors can then go to local temples and pray for a happy new year.
And that is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.